Today we're looking at sustainability and why developing an environmental policy can be good for your business. I'm joined by Sebastian Gray, Director of 2EA. 2EA specialises in helping businesses to assess their buildings for reducing energy consumption, to develop energy saving strategies across the organisation, and to implement energy legislation. So welcome, Sebastian.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start. We often hear about sustainability as a global issue. How does it affect individual businesses?
Usually it addresses two main categories. The first one is the effect business has on the environment and the effect business has on society. So that's sustainability. In relation to sustainability as a global issue, and how does it affect business? Well, businesses have an effect on the environment. You know, what you do as an operation affects the environment, whether it's a manufacturer, or you just rent an office, you're using energy, you're using paper, you're using products, and that has to come from somewhere. So if businesses don't deal with sustainability, they'll have a negative impact on the environment. But once you implement sustainability measurements or strategies, you start to have a positive effect. And one of the things I'd probably highlight about implementing sustainability is it doesn't happen overnight. So it takes months, it can take years. It depends on the size of your business, but it can have a huge impact. Again, talking about the impact of sustainability, is that we're seeing now more investors using ESG reporting. So within the sustainability hierarchy, you have ESG, which is environmental, sustainable, society, and governance. And they're now using these metrics to analyze an organization's performance. So if you're not dealing with your ESG within your organization, which is part of sustainability, your business will not be performing as it should be. Your investors won't be very happy. And with no sustainability, your business will fall by the wayside, and other businesses will take over in your markets and be, performing better than you. In relation to these ESG metrics, in relation to looking at sustainability, some of the things you consider is your energy management, your carbon output, your water, your efforts with the community, and even, which comes under governance, is your board diversity. So those are kind of things that make up sustainability.
Okay.
It is a big subject. It's not just about telling people to turn a light switch off, which I think a lot of people think sustainability is, because sustainability is about being environmentally friendly. But it can have a positive effect in the way an organization works. A couple of good examples of the impact of sustainability on business is, the biggest one I like to use is Adidas or Adidas. They've worked with a company called Parley or Parleur, in which they take plastic from the ocean, because obviously the elephant in the room is there's lots of plastic in the ocean. They churn it out, they recycle it, and they put it into their shoes, and they have a brand of shoes that are made of plastic, and that is sustainability, because they're trying to be sustainable. You have other ones such as car manufacturers and big pharma, which try to be sustainable by reducing their energy, because obviously they're very energy intensive, and all of these form sustainability, and by doing those, the impact on your business is a positive one.
Okay. And
to answer the question.
It does indeed, and I suppose is sustainability all about the environment, or are there economic benefits?
Yeah, there are economic benefits. Well, where to start on economic benefits, really, to be honest with you. So as I've highlighted in the previous question, protecting the environment forms an overall part of the strategy in sustainability. But it can deliver on economic benefits, both to the business and to stakeholders, such as your investors. A good example, though it's a few years old, is a paper called Profits with a Purpose. I think it's about 2014 now, so it's an old one, but there's many pieces of research papers out there. And it shows that companies who have sustainability strategies, or ESG, or net zero, or because all of these things are similar. It shows that having these in place and having sustainability in place has a positive effect on your company. So it reduces the cost of your debt. Implementing sustainability in your organization can improve both your financial performance, and it can build support with the public. And building support with the public is a good example. Is if you had two coffee shops side by side, and you had one that is selling coffee in polystyrene cups, and you had one selling coffee in recyclable paper cups, which one would you go to? You'd go to the one with the recycling paper cup.
Of course.
Because you're showing that you're being environmentally friendly. Therefore, you'll get more customers, the business improves profitably because you're being sustainable. So yeah, it can deliver economic benefits, and that's just a really simple example, and not too broad.
Okay, that makes sense. And this is a really open question, but how does a business budget how much to invest in sustainability?
As much as you can afford is what I would say. Within sustainability, you've got to address the issues that face you. And then once you've identified those issues, you can then work out the cost of being able to change those. So, a prime example for a big business is palm oil. Everybody knows what palm oil is. You see the orangutan with no trees around it in the marketing stuff. Is that if you have palm oil in your organization or in your products, you should be able to address, okay, palm oil is an issue. People don't like it. What's the cost of removing it? You saying, okay, we're removing it. That's showing you're being sustainable. It's a good marketing effort, and you'll have a cost of how much that will be. So you need to identify the issue first, and then you'll be able to work out the cost.
Yeah, and I suppose using the example of cups, it's probably cheaper to produce a plastic cup than a paper cup. So there's an opportunity cost or an investment consideration if you want to move from one to the other.
There is, yeah. You would, yeah. If you sat down and you're saying, well, actually, it costs a little bit more to use recyclable cups, you'll get people in the room who go, oh, well, I don't want to spend that money. Well, you have to look at the bigger picture, because again, sustainability isn't just about cost, it's about your impact on that community. If that community is demanding that you stop using plastic or stop using polystyrene or whatever, then you're going to have to change. Otherwise, those people aren't going to come to your business.
Sure.
And you're not going to have any income. And the person in the meeting that said, oh, no, we don't want to spend that money, I'd turn around to them and go, well, you've just cost us X, Y, Z because you didn't think it was a good idea. So it's more than just looking at the financial cost of it. It's looking at the impact as a whole.
Much bigger picture. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, thank you. There's a lot of information in that last few minutes. So my thanks to Sebastian Gray for joining me today, and for those of watching. For more advice on business growth and revenue generation, look at my YouTube channel or visit my webpage revenueworks.co.uk. And in the meantime, let's keep on growing.